Hi, it's Pappy from Pambula, taking over Grandma from Pambula's YouTube channel. So today we're going to make the Ugly Biscuits, the delicious chocolate Ugly Biscuits. So all the ingredients will be on the in the comments section below, but let's go through them anyway, just show you what we've got. So we've got butter, 50 grams. We've got chocolate. It has to be dark chocolate. I know dark chocolate's boring to eat, but to cook, it's delicious. We've got some flour, some brown sugar, not white sugar, brown sugar. We've got a whole lot of chocolate buds. So there's white chocolate and dark chocolate and delicious, yummy chocolate. A little bit of baking powder and some vanilla. So, step one, probably don't need the instructions. Step one is we want to melt the chocolate and the butter. And so to do that, you can either just throw it in a microwave and then just slowly do it. But I don't have a microwave at the moment, so we're going to use a double boiler. So come on over here. So what we have hot water in our saucepan. You put the thing on top and then we just throw everything in, and because all we want to really do is melt the chocolate. So it doesn't have to be very hot, and that's why we don't have a saucepan directly under heat, because if you burn the chocolate, we're in trouble. So all those delicious chocolate crumbs can go in as well. Oops. And where's the spoon? And so this might take a little while, just as we get the whole lot up to heat. Ooh, look, it's already starting to get warm. Just want to make sure that's not boiling. No, that's all right. If the water starts to boil, then you probably want to take it off the heat. But you can see, look, the chocolate's already starting to melt. So this may not take long at all. Might have to fast forward this bit. Well, it's still going. It's slowly starting to melt. Have a look at this. See? The key is you shouldn't have it too hot, and that's why I've now turned the temperature down, because the water is starting to boil and we can't have it boiling because it might burn the chocolate. Oh, one thing that you have to do when you start is put the oven on. You didn't put the oven on. So oven on to 180 on fan forced, and there we go. So this is still going. Waiting. What does a Pappy wear under his apron? Shorts somewhere. Anyway, this is still going. Let's check back in on this, and actually it's almost there. There's still a few little lumpy bits in there, and I think we can almost take this off because this is just about melted. So I'll take this off the heat, and I think that's done. What do you reckon? Look at that. Oh, there's still one little bit of butter in there. But I think the heat in there should now just take care of it. So I'm going to take that off the water and leave that here. And that'll do the last little bit of melting. And now we get back to the other bit. So one thing I didn't mention was eggs. So we've got 2 eggs. So now we just take the eggs, sugar and vanilla in a bowl, and we whisk them up. So let's start with the eggs. We'll do the eggs first, which is a good thing to do, because if you drop shell in there, it's easy to get the shell out. But if you've got flour and other things in there already, it's hard to get the shell out. So they went in nice and clean. So there's that. Then we want the sugar. Oops, that's noisy, wasn't it? Then we've got sugar, we've got eggs, and now we want just a teaspoon of vanilla. Oops. We're running out of vanilla here. Now this is a vanilla paste stuff, so you don't need as much. But normally, vanilla essence, you need like a teaspoon of it. There. And now, we start to mix. Let's check the chocolate. That's coming on nicely. So look at that, the butter has all melted into it. So it's a nice, delicious looking chocolate sauce. Look at that. Yum. Now we have to mix this until we get it nice and creamy. It's going to be instructions. Whisk until it's nice and creamy, and then we put in the fat, and we add the flour. I'm excited. Alright. Spatula. Need one of those. Now have a look at this. I'm not sure if you can see this. But that's starting to get creamy. That's creamy goodness. Delicious. So, good. So now we add the chocolate. How are we going to do this? I can get in this side. Oh, here we go. Making a mess here. Grandma's going to get upset. Yum! Making a big mess. Look at that chocolate. Yum! Oops. Some of that went in the bowl. That's good. Okay. So melt the chocolate into the buttermilk, and then we add the flour and we only really have to mix that to combine, so we don't have to do a lot of mixing here. Yum, chocolate everywhere. Look at that, that's nice and combined, that's good. Pause. And then, oh, we've got to add the flour. All right. So this has already been sifted, so this is good to go. So we just add flour. A nice collection of bowls here. And we want a teaspoon of baking powder. Now, I think do we actually mix this, or do we, we beat it in. Oh, and then there's also another special ingredient. Believe it or not, you have a little bit of salt. So you get a large pinch of salt and spread it all around. And that actually brings out the flavour in the chocolate. It's delicious. So we just, now you've got to do this slowly first because it's to put flour in. If you go really fast, the flour just explodes out. So you go nice and slowly. And I think that's starting to get through there. We'll just get it down off the sides so that we can all mix it in. Now, I think we've got almost all the ingredients in there. Oops. And then last of all, the only thing that's left, let's just make sure, baking powder, salt, flour, check, check, check. And now we put in all of these. That's a lot, look at all of those. So to do that, I've got to stop licking my fingers. We just put it on slow because we're not actually whipping it, we just want it in there a little bit combined. All in. I'm excited. And I think we're done. Oh, now we have to get it out and start putting it on the trays. Give it a little tap out, otherwise you're going to have too much mixture left in your beaters, although it can be yummy to lick the beaters. Let's taste it. That's come up well. Yum. All right, oops. Put that down there, and that's going to get licked on later. Yum. Okay, well maybe some of it licked now. Look at it. Yum. But we'll come back to that. All right. So here's our trays. We don't need our scales anymore. And there are all the bowls that we're using. Oh, yum! So the way to do this, 2 spoons, and we just take make sure it's all, yep, that's all mixed, nice. Now don't make them too big because when they go onto the paper, when they cook, they spread out. So we just do these little balls. That's all we need to do. A little ball which is the size of a 50-cent piece maybe, but a little bit higher. And you've got to leave between each one, you've got to leave a bit of room so that when they cook, they have room to spread out. This is going to take a while because we have quite a few here. Oops. Probably need, I'm going to need more trays here. Can get one more in over here. Don't forget they're going to spread out when they cook. One more in the corner there. How do they look? Actually, this one looks a bit funny. I'll just pop a little bit more on top of that one because we want them sort of, well, that we call them ugly biscuits, so we can't make them look too good. So that's tray number 1. Tray number 2, I think. I've got enough mixture here to get a few more in this tray. Oops. How many biscuits are we going to have here? Quite a few. On that tray, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 16 all up. Here's number 17. Did I do that maths right? 11 plus 6 is 17. We might get 2 more out of this. No, maybe not. You want to leave just a little bit in the bowl so that you can lick the bowl. Actually, this is not enough for another biscuit, so I'll just top this one up. Look at that. That is very sweet. Okay. Let's check the oven. It is on. We've got chocolate everywhere. 180, correct. We've got 2 trays. Let's put this one in. Actually, no, I'll put this one in first. Here we go. Don't leave the heat out. Here's tray number 2. And we're going to set our timer for bake each tray for 10 to 15 minutes or until they, just so they're still a little bit soft. So we'll start our timer now and then we'll come back in 10 minutes. Oh! We're just waiting for the biscuits to cook, but I'm just cleaning this while we wait. Let's come back in a minute. Oh, the alarm just went off. All right. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm all covered in chocolate. I think they look all right. They should be just a little bit soft. That's not something you should stick your hand into because it's a hot oven. But I think they're good to go. So let's take this out. Yeah, I think they're... Because basically, when they start to crack like that, that means it's all starting to happen. So, probably a very safe way to do this. And I don't know what that is. So we just need to make some room so that we can get both lots on the one tray. Let's just check to see if they're done. A little bit gooey underneath, which is all right, but they'll all sort of firm up as we... I've still got chocolate on me, don't I? Oh God, what's going on? All right, let's get the other lot out. Go. Let's move that down a bit. Oh no! We'll fix that. Let's move it around. These are really hot, so you can't touch them. Having just come out of the oven. A bit gooey underneath. But that will firm up as they cool down. So I'm just going to move this one up a bit. So it's on the tray. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice little piece of goodness. So, that is our Ugly Biscuits. So here we are. I've taken off the paper, but so when they came out of the oven, they were sort of smooth and cracked on top. And so we put them on the tray just to let them cool down a bit. So they need to cool for like 5 to 6 minutes, just so the top becomes firm on the paper. So it's left on the paper here. And then, because we need, so that the bottoms don't stay too soft, you then have to peel. So you peel them off the paper and then leave them on the drying rack just to cool, or the cooling rack just to cool down. And here's a little broken bit. So let's try this one. Ooh, this is yum. It's a little bit soft. It's delicious. Yum. That is so chocolatey. It is really yummy, and they've got chocolate bits in there, and it's all delicious. So I think that's it. So don't forget, give the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And Grandma from Pambular, she'll be back soon with another video. Bye.